And we're back at turn 12. Let's go. So, first of all, one doom onto the agenda, and we pick a card from here. Okay, historically inaccurate. We've seen this before. Revelation attached to the monument location with the most clues. Well, none of them have got any clues at the moment, so I know we're not going back to the lighthouse, or I hope we're not. So we'll just put that on the lighthouse, if I can keep the map intact. So that was fairly easy. So now we move on to the investigator phase. First thing we have to do is we will put one doom onto the open rift, which is attached to this one, I think it was. I believe it was that one. I can't remember now. Was it that one or the other one? It doesn't make any difference. It's going to be that one, as far as I'm concerned now. So that's the first part of our turn. The second part of our turn is our actions. So our actions will be, we clearly need to get 4 clues, which means visiting both locations, or, which is going to be the easiest way, because if we go to the monuments, then we basically have to do 2 investigate actions to get a clue, which means we have to do 1 to put the clue on the location, then we have to do another investigate to pick it up. So our best option, I think, is to basically make our way to Forest River Park and try and get the clues from there, assuming there are clues on there, which I know there are because I looked, because I had to look because I didn't know what the hell was happening. So our first action will be to, let's get Agatha Parker into play. Okay, so we'll put Agatha Parker as an ally. That costs us 3 resources. So 3 resources there, and she gives us an additional 2 damage and an additional 3 sanity. Okay, so we need to get our damage down to start with. So our second action is, because at the moment, remember, Sophie's on the negative side. So Sophie's on the negative side, and we need to get her to the positive side. So our second action will be to move to the hotel. Our third action will be to use the hotel's ability there, the action which is draw a card. Dynamite blast. Okay, that might come in handy. So we'll place that on our rack there, and then the second action will be we will lose 2 damage, so that will take us down to 4. Okay, and that means we can flip our Sophie back to the side that gives us the benefits. So that is the end of the investigator phase. So we'll move directly on to the enemy phase as usual. Well, as it seems to be at the moment, there are no enemies in play apart from Murder of Crows, which is doing nothing. So we go to the reset phase. So we'll reset Mark. We'll draw 1 more card, which is Hiding Spot. Okay, this is one of the newer cards I picked up with one of the expansions. It gives us 2 agility if we want to commit it, and we can attach it to any location. Non-elite enemies at attached location gains aloof. Aloof means that basically they won't attack unless they are engaged. At the end of the enemy phase, if a ready enemy is at the attached location, we have to discard it. So it's only good for 1 turn, really. So we'll put that there as well. Okay, so that's the reset phase done. That brings us to the end of that round, I'm pretty sure. We've got nothing else we can do. No. Blood Moon, we didn't draw any tokens to make that come into effect. That is it. Okay, so I'll catch you on, that was a quick round, and I'll catch you on round 13, I think. Okay, round 13. Things are hotting up, for sure. Let's see if we can't get some clues this time. So where do we need to go to? Well, let's do the mythos phase first. So we'll put 1. We're now 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 on here. So we're now 1 away from flipping over the agenda. So now we draw a encounter card, which is confiscated materials. If you have no item assets, confiscate materials gain surge. If you have 1 or more items assets, test agility 4. If you fail, place all item assets you control at the City Hall location. Well, that ain't good. So, agility 4. Our agility is 3. We do have manual dexterity, so we will commit that. So that will give us 5. And I think we'll do hiding spot. We'll commit that as well, which will give us 7. That's 3 above. Yeah, we can't use the ability of, well, we can use the ability to take direct damage and then give ourselves another 2, but if we do that, that will take us back down to the Sophie being on the unbeneficial side, if you like. Okay, so we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we need 4. Come on. Please, please, please. Oh, we've got 0. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So we lose those cards. They've been played. We'll discard those in the discard pile. And the confiscated materials just goes back. It's discarded. So perfect. So that was the Mythos phase. We move on to the Investigator phase. Now, Investigator phase, we have to put 1 Doom on the open rift, which makes 6, but we only check the Mythos. Sorry, we only check the Doom counter threshold during the Mythos phase, which will be next turn. So we can take our turn. What shall we do? We need to get to Highland Park. So let's move Mark to Chestnut District. John will follow on behind. We haven't revealed that location yet, so let's just reveal that now. Let's just take this. Hold on a second. Okay. So we'll reveal Chestnut District. It's an outdoors location. There are no clues. Investigators at this location gain +1 agility. Okay, perfect. Not sure how that's going to help us at this stage, but it may be handy for if we had to evade, which we don't. So our first action was to move to there. Our second, was that our first action? Let me think. Yes, our first action was to move to there. So our second action is to move to Highland Park. So second action, move to Highland Park. Let's see what that says. Let's have a good little look at this card. Focus, okay. So, another little issue I found, that some of these, I mean, you may be able to see that, some of the icons for locations are very, very similar to each other. With my eyes, it's not. I mean, if you're a bit colourblind, I don't think you'd struggle to understand this. Outdoors location. Highland Park is vast. Exploring it blindly would be a waste of time. You cannot reveal Highland Park. Well, we can because I say we can, and the veil is lifted. So, 2 clues on there. The trees grow thick and wildly, quickly obscuring your vision. They may yet be the backdrop of many an adult's nightmares this night. And it's got a shroud value of 4. So let's put Highland Park back there. Okay, oh, this is all going wrong. We'll just put it there like that. So we've got 1 action left. And there are 2 clues on Highland Park. We need to try and get one of those clues. What are the chances of that? Slim. Slim, slim, slim. We've got a observation of 2. John gives us an additional, which gives us 3. We've got nothing else we can use. No. So basically, we've got no flashlight, we've got no nothing we can take. Okay, I think we have to take this additional damage, which is a bit of a bummer, to give us a bit of a boost. So we've got 3, we'll take a damage, which will take us to 5, which will flip Sophie again to the negative side. So we've got 5 against 4, which is not good, I'll be honest. 5 against 4. Come on, just one time. What have we got? -4. So that's a failure. Okay, we would have got an additional 1 as well because of this Eye of Code. Well, what that means is now, if you fail a skill test, take 1 horror and add 1 resource to the Eye of Code. Okay. So we failed. We take 1 horror. And we add 1 resource to the Eye of Code. And that is the end of the investigator phase. That brings us on to the enemy phase. Yet again, there are no enemies in play apart from the crows. So it brings us to the reset phase. Reset mark there. We'll draw a card. Beat cop. Too little, too late, I'm afraid. Too little, too late. So we'll place that on there, and we'll draw a resource, and that brings us to the end of that round. Oh man, I think we're going to struggle to get any more clues, to be fair, but we'll see how it goes. So, okay, please like, subscribe, and catch me on the next round. Bye for now.